the show, Monica. I'm sorry. Pleasure having you. Now, you know today is our viewer calling day. You know what that means?
That's right.
The viewers get to make the call. Hit us up, 1-800-321-TEEN. It's all good, but before we do that, got to give love to my man holding it down on the ones and twos. That's my man Tigger, a.k.a. Tiggy.
Come on, T, so we get it up there. Everybody push it up there. If you're down to live, positive, push it up there.
You've been busy working on your album. The album's hot.
Thank you.
I especially like Angel of Mine. I'm feeling that. Beautiful song. Now, when you went into the studio, when you went into the lab, what'd you have in mind? What'd you want to create? What'd you want to put out there?
Something that was realistic. You know, I felt like there were enough artists that sang about things that I didn't experience, you know, that I don't feel like a lot of people experience. So I wanted to make an album that would shock people, things that people didn't expect me to talk about, but experiences of my own, so that people could relate.
I.e. First Night.
First Night.
What'd you want to do with that record?
First Night, I think it was a misconception that I was talking about sex on the first date. It's talking about feeling comfortable with saying no on the first date.
Okay.
Because I know some overly aggressive women.
Right.
So it went as for male and female, because some people just don't know how to say no. And since I'm good at saying no, I said, let's make a song like that.
That's right.
So Jermaine, he came with a track that I felt like was phenomenal.
Okay. Jermaine's the man, too. Very talented brother. One time for my man Jermaine Dupri. What's up, Posse? Got some questions?
As far as your career goes, what other goals or things do you have in store for you?
Well, I have several goals. Right now, what I've been researching is taking some correspondence classes that will help me to major in psychology. Something that doesn't have anything to do with music, because you start to lose interest in things that are just music-oriented. Right. And other than that, just being human. Right. You know, it's hard to do both and be an entertainer, so.
I wanted to know, do you feel that you've matured since your first album, or do you feel like you're at the same level?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I've matured since the first album. The first album was more of what I felt people wanted. This album was more directed towards people that experienced what I experienced in urban areas that saw all the things that I saw. And as far as my album, people have been kind of a little scared to just be totally involved in my project, but it's becoming a lot easier because I think our society, it develops a more mature, I guess not to say audience, but just our communities alone. There's so many things going on within them that you notice that this generation is just a lot more mature and we experience a lot more. So I wanted the album to be in touch with that, but I've matured a lot.
I'm feeling that.
How do you deal with the pressures of showbiz?
Well, the pressures of show business is something that you can't stop, but I think my faith alone and my belief that nothing out here can stop me, you know, there's no limits to what I do. I keep myself in touch with all the things that go on outside of the music world, so it keeps me grounded in music.
All right. Today's our viewer call-in show, and you can call us 1-800-321-TEEN. We're talking about money. Let's start it off with that. Recently, Olympic gymnast